should know that I've got you on my mind, your secret admirer. I've been watching you. At night, I think of you.
12 seconds later.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that?
What's up, guys? Okay, so lots of new stuff. So Battlefront 2 just launched, and there's a lot of new things that EA did at the very last minute. So first and foremost, I will cover the microtransaction stuff right now because there's a lot to say, and I'm sure a lot of you are curious. So EA has announced literally hours before Battlefront 2's release that they are eliminating all microtransactions. Everything. EA had a reputation for microtransactions throughout all of their past games, and the fans have always had some level of hatred towards it. It all started with their painfully overpriced heroes that led to pay-to-win environments within the game's multiplayer. EA stocks went down 2 to 3 points in one night just because of one comment on Reddit saying, "I paid $80 to have Vader locked?" The EA team's response to the Reddit thread post became the most downvoted comment in Reddit history. They immediately responded to Reddit's backlash and reduced the cost of heroes like Vader and Luke by 75%, but alas, that wasn't enough. The wrath of the fans continued when EA lost over $500,000 in pre-orders after people began canceling their subscriptions. It was such big news that it made a headline on CNN's tech section. A couple shareholders withdrew their stocks in fear that the company was tanking after immediate backlash from the fan base. EA was running out of time, money, and options fast, and their last option was to do what probably no other game company has had to resort to in video game history. The immediate radical action of eliminating all microtransactions moments before they launched. They are slowly on the comeback after their announcement of no more microtransactions. However, the continuation in this game could be a bumpy road for them after this event. The game is good, it's fun, it's entertaining, but most of all, it's now more open than we ever would have expected it to be. So for once, we can thank EA for doing us all a service. Even though we literally had to tie them to a chair and put a pistol to their head to make it happen.
We got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
So let's not waste any time. I want to jump straight into this basic review of the game. Just a disclaimer that I am not being paid to advertise, obviously. I am just another fan giving feedback on the game along with my knowledge. I'm just going to be giving an overview of the story and multiplayer from my own perspective. So big spoiler alert here, because if you didn't hear me right, I'm going to be going over the story, which could potentially spoil your experience for the game. For those of you who don't already know, I have no access to any console or computer to record footage. However, I have played the game and thoroughly enjoyed it. This in-game footage is from Caden here at M.T.C Gaming, who experienced a trial version of the game. So to kick it off first, the campaign. This was the hallmark piece of the game, besides the Clone Wars, that DICE had left out from the first Battlefront. After playing the campaign 2 or 3 times, I must say I am really impressed. However, I have my own little discrepancies of the game's story. First off, Caden and Del became outlawed by the Empire for saving what looked like less than a dozen civilians from the Empire's death satellite things. Don't you think that's just a little bizarre? I guess it makes sense if those few civilians got word out about what had happened, but odds are it would have gotten out anyways.
Attention, attention. Rebel ships have entered Fondo space.
Second, convenient rebel attack is convenient.
Okay, we'll meet you at the tower. Until then, you stay out of sight. That new paint job will give you away.
Third, why did they repaint the droid if it was just gonna get him caught? They didn't repaint K2SO in Rogue One, and he got away with a lot of things because he still looked Imperial.
Is this part of the plan?
Grab onto something! Droid, the shield!
Fourth, inconveniently not wearing vacuum helmet immediately after firefight aboard enemy ship and almost getting sucked into space is inconvenient.
This is a rescue attempt. I politely decline.
Fifth, there was nothing stopping the Admiral from surviving. Aside from facing life in the New Republic prison, he had nothing stopping him. Had he been crushed under a support beam or been impaled or shot, that would have been a different case. However, in the game, he is practically unscathed and is fully aware of his false actions, it seems. Congrats, Admiral Versio, you just subjected Caden's children to a life of no grandparents. That brings me to another point I will mention later on in this video if I feel like it, but let's not get wrapped up in all that bad stuff. My last point before going to the good stuff is how badly misadvertised the story appeared to me. Not quite Halo 5 bad misadvertising, but definitely something around Batman vs. Superman misadvertising. It gave me an idea that I thought I could fully grasp. But then when the full thing came to light, it twisted itself and gave me an awkward feeling of, okay, I'm okay with this, but why? The whole time through the ads, me and the guys were under the impression of a full Imperial campaign, considering it started on Endor and went to...
I've waited 30 years for this.
Of course, with the game promising loads of free content in the future, and the obvious cliffhanger that I won't spoil, there is definitely room for them to bring on free DLC for the campaign. Now that's about it for the campaign side. To summarize the good side of it, there was a healthy amount of cameos throughout the game. I loved all the different environments there were to fight in, and I really hope they build more off of what they've started with. Now to transition into the multiplayer, I'm not going to get into unit purchases, whatever cards you use to upgrade stuff, heroes, or anything of the unlocking sort. That's bogus, and there's a million videos out there covering something that I am a little behind on covering. Okay, so I love everything about the multiplayer. Everything from the map sizes, details, audio, game modes, customization, everything. But I feel like it's like that one aisle in Walmart where there's always one or two items on a certain shelf that just don't belong there, or the whole aisle is almost completely out of stock. If you don't know what I'm referring to, I'm talking about the heroes. The cross-generational hero system, first of all. So for the idea, I like it. For the fact that I have to fight alongside Darth Vader or Kylo Ren every match as a battle droid on Naboo, I don't like it. It just takes straight from my experience almost as much as Episode 6 Luke on Hoth in the first Battlefront. Now call me out on overcomplicating it if you want, but think of it like this. You're playing with your toy trains as a kid, and your little sibling decides to join you. You're like, alright, chill. And then before you know it, they're driving your train down I-5 backwards, towing a helicopter and a cement truck. If you didn't have this problem growing up, you are either lucky or you were the younger sibling, or you were just a single child. This brings me to my second topic. I think DICE is already getting on course with the DLCs, but there's gotta be more prequel heroes. I understand that Grievous game models were found via data mining, but I want more than just my favorite mechanical octopus. I'm sure most of you agree, different generations of characters like Obi-Wan and Anakin will be cool. Bring back Mace Windu and Count Dooku, the original duo.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Heck, I'd like to maybe see some heroes from the Clone Wars series, like Rex, Cody, Ahsoka, Commander Wolf, Jango Fett, Padme, and that German nationalist, Death Watch homie who got beheaded by Maul.
My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
Or they could go far out there and pull some more Jedi like Aayla Secura or Qui-Gon Jinn. So that's my overall negative critique towards the multiplayer. The game has amazed me with how well it performs. There aren't remotely any bugs from what I've heard or seen compared to the previous DICE games. I like the battle point system, but holy crap is it easy for some people to get into the snowball effect. For those of you who don't know what the snowball effect is, it's pretty simple, and most commonly used in MMOs like League of Legends or Smite. Basically, you start off the game with 0 points, like everybody else. And you gain battle points by killing enemies and completing objectives. Simple as that. The more points you get, the better units you can buy to kill the enemy and take objectives more efficiently. The nature of it is that good players will likely abuse an unbalanced system and rest at the top of the leaderboards just because they managed to get an armed vehicle faster than anyone else. So far I haven't noticed the system to be too flawed, but as DLCs roll in, there's room for it to fluctuate in consistency for fairness. So all in all, I would give the game a 9.2 out of 10, not that my ratings mean anything to you at all. This makes up for my commentary. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to stick around, here's some gameplay from Caden's experience on the Star Wars Battlefront 2 trial. Until then, thank you, and I will see you whenever I upload the next video. Later.
We're taking the generator offline.
Target marked.
Running generator shutdown sequence. time! Need to push down third!
Full sweep!
We're starting to shut down tractor control! We'll stick together.
Tractor control systems going down!
Target painted.
We can do this.
We're at the generator. Starting shutdown.
They'll try to abort the shutdown. Stay there.
Stay down. Scanning.
For the Rebel Alliance. Shutting down tractor control!
At the generator. Engaging shutdown.
Turret set.
Tractor generator and controller offline. Clear out those stormtroopers and await new orders. Here's some kind of weapons control station. We'll have to shut down the turbolasers in this sector to escape intact. But we have an opportunity as well. Sabotage the station's main weapon.
Acting in.
We go in together.
Activating turbo laser shutdown!
Grenade out! Jamming sensors.
At the turbo lasers! Sending shutdown command! Blast! Turbo lasers restarting! Going to shut down the main weapon!
Tear out the wires if you have to.
They won't see me.
Triggering main weapon shutdown!
My ally is the Force.
New ally on the ground!
Throwing grenade.
Starting turbo laser shutdown sequence.
What are you looking at? I know what I'm doing. Hey, behind you!
Boba Fett, at your service.
Alright. If we go down now, at least that planet killer weapon dies with us. Blast those troopers, and we head for our new ship. There's a shuttle force nearby. You'll have to activate the elevator to summon it and bring the hangar controls online. But we have a chance. It's all we've ever needed.
May the Force be with us. Superior ally on the battlefield.
The Force around. Keep your guard up.
Accessing hangar controls.
Stormtroopers heading to intercept.
Stand together.
Hangar control systems green. Activate the shuttle elevator.
Going! Here, I like it.
Battlefront.